With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken from about the 12. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's fourth down.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt.
And they will take over first and 10. Now Patterson to start the drive.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. A first carry for the Hall of Famer. It's Walter Payton. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
Now Lawrence.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
How about corner Kobe Bryant coming in to make the sack?
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Jaron Kearse in on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A run right side. It's Bettis.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A carry now for Bettis. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips.
And the Patriots are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
On first down, going back to Patterson.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Again, Patterson.
It'll be a pickup of a... Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
It looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Third down, here's Patterson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Johnson goes in motion left. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Johnson, the man in motion right. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway?
Here comes Devin Hester bringing it out.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they'll run here with Allstott. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Came up about a yard short, but I can't help it, Brandon. I love it when the big guy gets the football and he tries to battle his way forward. There's something about those guys carrying the ball and watching people trying to stop them. That's just great theater.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And maybe some indecision on getting the punt team out there, and they're going to get a delay.
The offense knew it. They were already starting.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Blunt has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now a handoff inside. It's Peyton. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this one down near the 15. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
They run the quick dive with Allstott.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Mike Allstott, a 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded right around the 8. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation. But instead, they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First and 10, it's Patterson.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A give to the fullback on the dive. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you. And a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. This to perhaps salt this one away. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive. But they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Fourth quarter, holding on to a lead. Fullback carry, 3 or 4 yards. I guess that's what you're looking for.
And it just brings back memories for me because I remember my coaches in this situation. I remember one time my head coach into his headset telling the offensive coordinator, I want the big boy carrying the ball. And that's what you have in this spot. Him covering up on the ball, taking care of it, and grinding out yardage.
Now a give. Here's Peyton running left. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Let's go. 90, Wolf. 61. Matt, left, right. Shoot.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. Touchdown, Patriots. Christian Kirk on the receiving end of that touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence. And the Patriots are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, You're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Sliding out of the pocket. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here we go. 19 Tiger.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots, and they did it in shutout.
Greatest day offensively. I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their...